Afternoon, everybody. How we all doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. You're right.
Well, yeah. So, uh, hey, Sean. How you doing? Hope you're well. Right. So, yeah, Vince. As you can only be here for a little while. Do you want to have your first impression on all of that's on the screen?
Honestly, mate, it's starting to take the piss, really, isn't it? I mean, every game so far this season, we've lost points, and I don't understand how they can be so consistently shite. Surely, there comes a point when they've either got to be looked at, punished, or just. I don't understand what it's got to take for these people to finally start. I'm so angry. I just can't get my words out, to be honest with you, mate. And I think what makes it worse as well is after the games this weekend, having Tuchel and Vieira come out and say what they said, where they agreed with the refs' decisions, knowing full well that it was a load of tosh. It really it's getting on my nerves, and it's sapping all the fun out of the football at the moment, and it's not on. It's just not on. Yeah. Yeah.
Stephen, what's your thoughts on it all?
Yeah, it's just one big farce. I think. Like you say, like Vinci said, we've dropped points on all these games. If you're looking at the pictures there, Isaac was on the side. Sean Longstaff having his shirt pulled, the penalty to 95 minutes. It should have only been played against Liverpool. And that one off yesterday, I'm still baffled by it. Joe Willock's being pushed in the back by Mitchell. It's quite clear from the other angle. It's a clear push. So why is the referee not getting that sort of angle? Because if he's given that sort of angle, he gives the goal. Or a penalty even, if it's a foul either way. It wasn't a foul either way, but he still should have been given us the goal. Not be ruled out, not telling the Lee Mason is to blame. The referee's not to blame. This is only his 7th game in charge of a competitive game, and Lee Mason and VAR who told him to go to the monitor to have a look. And he is fucked up big time. He should be sacked. He's just incompetent. I mean, his incompetence today, he's got the Arsenal-Man United match. Who knows what decisions are going to go for Arsenal against Man U. He's just a clown. He shouldn't be anywhere near a VAR thing. I agree with what Danny Murphy said on Match of the Day this morning. Why not get ex-professionals in who's been there, who's played the game, who know what it's all about, to get them on VAR instead of these referees. So these referees don't have a bloody clue what they're doing half the time.
Yeah, definitely. Chippers, yours?
What can you say that hasn't already been said? It's just, you look at the picture yesterday, it's even showing you in that picture the defender's pushing Willock. And another one, it's a blatant shirt pull. Just the picture say it all. It's like you shouldn't need VAR, you should just see the picture and that says it all. It's just, the sad thing is, again, we're just, for change, we're not having to go at the players for losing points or anything like that. It's all down to the officials, and everything at the minute is about, after every game we're talking about the officials. We're not talking about how well the players have played or how much effort they've put in or the fact that we've actually tried and, we've done it, like yesterday, we did everything but score, and then, when we did score, we got fucked over basically, and it's a conspiracy. I'm sorry, but I don't care if people think it's not. It is. It's quite clear as day. It's happening at least once in every time we play. It's obviously quite clear there's something against us as an agenda, and people can, as I said, can say what they want, but there's evidence to prove that there is, and the only way we'll not get the top 10 or anything like that is because of the officials, not because of the team, because the players are doing everything they can. Powell's doing everything he can. It's a case of, again, we're just being screwed over by the people above, but the sad thing is you can't say anything because you get fined or you get banned or anything like that, whereas, these officials get protected far too much, and is it Mike Riley who's still there before he leaves at the end of the year when Hardwell comes in? So you're replacing a shitbag for another shitbag, so nothing will get done there. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but everybody should be allowed freedom of speech, and the manager should be no different. I mean, David Moyes, like, he was right yesterday. I mean, Eddie Howe or Tyndall could quite easily have blew their load at the end of the match, but they didn't. But for me, I think it's a case of no, these referees shouldn't be protected. They don't deserve protecting, because if they come up with shit like that, why should they get protected? They're making clear and obvious mistakes. So why do they deserve protecting? They don't. That's
Where you see that Serie A have perfected VAR, do you reckon we should have some Italian refs over here instead of having what we've already got?
With other leagues, it's implemented right by the officials. Like you get the Bundesliga that has VAR. Who can like say the other leagues seem to manage VAR a lot better than what the English Premier League do with VAR. It's just absolutely shocking. I mean, it's something needs doing. I mean, you can't go on like this, but you can't keep losing points. Look at West Ham yesterday. Jared Bowen just about to trail his foot over Mendy, and he's going down like he's dislocated his shoulder, and there's nothing out of it. You look at Guaita yesterday when he had Willock pushed into him, or he was down like he been poleaxed. So the decision goes for them. He gets straight back up. So it's just shit, man. I mean, you can't fault what Newcastle are doing. They had ample opportunity to score yesterday. It was just that, and he had the chances to score. He's actually buried the chance, but I'm not going to come on here and criticise him, because I can say what he was trying to do. But we have enough chances to win the game. Just Palace had a good defence, and we would have won the game. It just that piece of incompetence. That's all.
John, how are we doing?
Good afternoon, lads. How are we doing? You good?
Nice.
What's your thoughts on all those decisions going against us?
Well, I just got in, by the way. Look, I think it's disgraceful. It really, really is an absolute disgrace. I mean, VAR is supposed to be helping out decisions. If the referee can't see a thing, right? VAR comes in to check if everything's going to be okay, and just don't check if he's got the right decisions to stand over, or if he missed any big decisions and that. But it seems to me that the VAR, right, must be switched off when Newcastle United is concerned, right? It's a joke. I mean, I'm looking on the screens now, right? We should have had penalties there. Goals should have stood. I mean, for me personally, guys, I'm not going to lie, but I think they're looking after the big six again. They're looking after the big six, Jason. And you know what it is, right? They do not want us to be challenging. They don't want us to be in Europe, this and that, and talk about it. But they absolutely bottled it. Now, I don't know if you mentioned it. Harold Webb's coming in soon, right, to take over Mike Riley. And I'll tell you something now. He'll go in there. He's got one big job on his hands, sort of thing. He needs to sort out this mess out. Who is fit to referee, who's fit to purpose, and who is good enough, right? We need ex-managers or ex-players to referee. Someone who knows exactly what they're doing, has been there and done it. Some of these referees haven't even played in a professional game, right? And some of these referees also are just not fit for purpose, right? We have cost at least 5 points this season, right? VAR, the referees, the Premier League is costing us 5 points at least this season, right? I think they don't want Newcastle to do well, people. They really don't. And we're going to have a discussion tomorrow night as well, me and Tony as well, and Roy. So, look, by the way, I think something needs to happen. Otherwise, I tell you something, this football, unfortunately, is just going to go down the gutter. The best league in the world, you've got to be joking, yeah? The referees, this is why, I'm now going on, but this is why English referees are not good enough to referee World Cups anymore, Europeans anymore, you know what I mean? And we need a lot of training. These refs need a lot of training because, I'm sorry, but looking at that, they should send that off to the Premier League. Look at that, right? and put their hands saying, "Do you know what? We made a mistake here."
They're not going to change their decisions on that, though. Like I said, they're protecting the Big Six. They don't want no one else but the Big Six finishing in the top six. That's as simple as that by the looks of things.
Jason, Declan Rice, I don't know if you saw the clip, I posted out a tweet this morning. Declan Rice called out the referee, called him corrupt, called him cheap, blah, blah, blah. Declan Rice, big up to him, right, has got it absolutely spot on. David Moyes, right, got it spot on, yeah? You know what I mean? Called them out, yeah? But these people don't want to be called out because he called them out. They're going to get charged with the FA. Guess what? I don't care. Well, you get a 10 grand fine. So what? Give it a charity, man. Do you know what I mean? Keep speaking your mind. Keep saying how it is, yeah? And just get them wrong.
Well, you know it's bad when people like Richard Pease and Luke Edwards are defending Newcastle from these decisions.
Yeah.
The alternate universe, isn't it?
And I mean, I saw that tweet yesterday for Luke Edwards. So I know that's got nothing to do with VAR today, but I watched Colin Isak missing that chance. And I'll tell you something, I nearly threw me phone down to the guy. I was so aggrieved, right, when he comes and say that. Don't get this kid some career. He's 22 years old, yeah? If Ola missed that chance one-on-one, now what have I said about it? But because it's Isak and Newcastle United, Luke Edwards has to come out and have a go. I'd love to get on the show. Go on, sorry.
Oh, yeah, the trouble is, it log off after about 30 seconds. He doesn't let anyone get a bloody opinion in with him, does he? But he one thing I will say is he did put out an article this morning saying, do Newcastle have the right to feel aggrieved about the decisions? And he said, there may be a case there. He always has to put the dig in just a little bit with everything he does, doesn't he? But Richard Keys is one that surprised me. The way he's defended us, it's not right. It's weird. Something's gone wrong.
You know what it is, right? I mean, this league, the Premier League, they should call it the Big Six League. That's what they should call it. Because at the end of the day, the 14 other clubs doesn't exist. Do you know what I mean? But what they want, right? They don't want another Leicester City winning the Premier League, right? I mean, they didn't want them to win the Premier League. They all look after Man City's, Man United, Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea. That's it. They feel Newcastle are a threat. But let me tell you something, people. We are coming. We're going to come for you, right? Give everything a couple of years. We'll be coming for those clubs, right? And I tell you something, they're going to have to respect us. And show us respect.
Definitely. I mean, if you look at the West Ham game against Chelsea, the amount of decisions that went down on that, Cornet's goal disallowed, that kick out at Antonio, I think it was, that should have been possibly a red.
He kicked out, didn't he? Reece James.
You also had in the Villa game, Coutinho's goal disallowed when he's clearly onside.
Van Dijk's tackle again, that was a red card. It was a straight red card.
Van Dijk straight into the ankle, straight red card, nothing given.
Ryan's made a good comment there. He says, are there any refs going to Qatar? Not a chance in hell. Ryan, you're absolutely right, mate. None of our English referees, I just said about 5 minutes ago, our referees in this country are not good enough to govern, and these referees aren't good enough.
Players should form a circle around fraud refs. It's the only thing that the refs hush everybody away as soon as they come up to them.
It's like I said,
get too much protection and
far too protected, these referees, man. Far too protected. They should be mic'd up and made to explain their decisions after games. You heard it in Australia when Jared Gillett was over there. He was mic'd up and you heard every single thing going on in the game. That's how we should have it. Then we might understand it better. When what decision you come to, why they come to that sort of resolution. You can hear everything they're saying. You can hear what the players are saying, what the referee's saying. That's what you should be doing. You should be mic'd up, but they won't do that. They prefer to be hide behind the FA. They'll back them up constantly because they're the referees. They're the professionals in this game, and you're far from it, from the incompetence that Newcastle's had since we have been introduced. You look at David Coote last season, didn't send Kai Havertz off for a foul on Dan Burn, split his head open nearly. Exactly. And then when Jacob Murphy was pulled down in the box by Chalobah, give a corner, didn't even bother going to VAR to look at that. So, is there any reason why this Premier League is all fucked up.
Stephen, it's corrupt, man. It's corrupt. And you know what it is,
corrupt.
right? There's a lot of things being missed there. A lot of things in Newcastle. We're getting done by here. You know what I mean? Something needs to come in and make a stand here because this cannot go on at all whatsoever. And you know what? We're getting calm. Well, they're going to end up suing the Premier League if this carries on. I'm telling you, they're going to get the big decisions wrong, right? Well, it should have been this, should have been that, right? No, I'm sorry, but it happened last season as well. And I think they're going to influence this conspiracy against us every single time. Are they doing this because we had a takeover? It could be that, mate.
I think everybody knows that there's conspiracy going on now. You had the commentators during the match actually saying the goal should stand, and they were absolutely gobsmacked when the goal was disallowed. You had Shearer coming out on Match of the Day saying, "What's going on there? These refs, it's not VAR, it's the refs, it's people that are controlling VAR that's doing it." Do you think Shearer was right when he said that Eddie was too cool on the matter, that he should have actually been like David Moyes and gone ballistic about it?
But that's not the person that he is, though, is it? Eddie Howe is usually a calm, collected sort of manager. And I know he'll have been seething on Wednesday, he'll have been seething there, but he just does not let it show on his face. That's the sort of manager, he has class. I mean, yes, he should go ballistic with the referees, even face a fine, but that I just don't think he'll do that because he doesn't have that persona of being an angry sort of manager. He's like a level-headed, calm man, isn't he? I mean, you see his post-match, his press conferences, just coolness personified. Every single one he's done. Even Wednesday, he was hurting, but he didn't let it show on his face. And yesterday, he'd have been hurting, but he didn't let it show on his face. Because if he says anything, bad out of turn in interviews with these managers, they get fined. So he probably just doesn't want to fine, just preferred to let it go. I know he probably doesn't want to let it go, but he just has to think, well, we played well. We've just been screwed over by the officials yet again. He said, there'll come a time we will blow his top. I can't underestimate how mad he will get if a big decision does go against us again. And they keep going against us. We get no explanation for it. Why they keep going against us? He will blow his top. And there's no point even make a complaint to the referee association that because they would just get a epoxy shitty little letter saying, "Sorry, we made that decision against you. We'll try our very best not to." So he comes round again or something like that, or we'll try our very best to officiate it better, or something like that. They'll get a shitty little letter that mean nothing.
Pretty much. And Eddie, well, instead of Eddie just lashing out, he'll probably set Jason Tyndall on him because the way he's built, anyone will want to mess with him.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's ridiculous. I've been saying it all over Twitter. We need that Pierluigi Collina. I don't know if you guys remember him, the bald Italian ref who was a bit of a nut job. He's the only one I reckon that could come in and train referees to a decent standard because the guys that we've got training them were terrible referees when they used to do it before they retired. So you're just training more referees with mediocre referees as teachers. It makes no sense whatsoever. They need to wipe the slate clean and start afresh because otherwise it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse, and it's ruining the game, to be honest. Like, I was looking forward to this season, but the enjoyment's slowly fading away for me purely on the fact that we're never going to get a good chance of things because of the way that they, run VAR in the games. It is what it is, I guess, but it's not good enough.
It's definitely going to ruin the league, ruin the season, especially for the other 14 teams, where everything's going for the self-proclaimed Big Six, and all the other teams are being screwed over.
Yeah,
it's not right though. I mean, yeah, I've seen Palace fans say you were lucky to get away with it. Now I've seen others that say, well, he said, "Oh well, Mitchell didn't touch Willock." I said, "I've been very tempted to reply to him. Said, are you effing blind? for that assumption. The war said, "Were you wearing the same glasses what Lee Mason's wore?" The war. It's just so blatant. I mean, I just kind of get out how blatant it was from Mitchell. Just a clear push. I mean, Sky Sports News had said, "Oh, it wasn't a conclusive push." Well, how much of a conclusive push do you want to give a penalty or a goal, award the goal? Jay leans into him, pushes him in the back. When you look at Ryan Fraser, got that last week when Neto pushed him. It's exactly the same thing. When we got that free kick, wasn't it? When Neto pushed Fraser in the back when they lead up to their second goal. That's the way it was yesterday. So if it's one rule for one rule for another, where's the consistency? It's absolutely. I just couldn't believe it. I was shouting and bawling at the TV watching that, shouting at the officials all the time. Just beyond belief, man.
5 games.
Professionals, they shouldn't even be doing anything like this. They got VAR to help them, not bugger everything up like they have been.
5 games in a row, 5 games been screwed over. Wasn't it there?
The league, really?
Wasn't it? There was a former referee that actually came out and saying that refs are being told to overlook some decisions and have other teams. Mark Housestead, was it, or whatever his name was, saying that eventually all these Premier League referees or the Premier League is going to turn up in court one of these days for these decisions that they're coming up with.
Well, it's not match fixing, I don't think, but it's starting to feel like that, and eventually somebody's going to turn around and take it to their club lawyer and say, "Look, have we got a case here?" And at the moment, we're building one from the amount of games we've played, the amount of points and decisions that's gone against us. It's starting to look like there's a case there for us to take against the PGMOL because of how poor everything has been. And it's not going to be a case of match fixing. It'll be a case of ineptitude. And yeah, we'd win that hands down if it went to court, because they've just not been good enough at their jobs. If you've got a doctor that's not good enough at his job, it's going to cost somebody their life. And different scenarios, but in the world of football, that finishing 2 or 3 places higher could cost you hundreds of millions of pounds. And it's definitely a joke, to be honest. It's just
the worst thing I saw yesterday was biased Chelsea fans telling West Ham fans to cry more about a disallowed goal. What a joke.
Yeah. You know what it is, like, Jason? And I've been nuts playing Chelsea, right? We scored in 95th minute leveller for a draw, like Cornet has done. We'll all be celebrating like mad, and I bet you any money they would have gone to VAR, and then it would have been absolutely a meltdown on social media.
Even the Mitchell push, everybody saw it on the screen that we got in the stadium. The moment the ref said no goal, the reception from the fans, they were starstruck. They were absolutely just. What the hell has just gone wrong?
He was going off it. Joe Lennon was going off it. Trippier had to keep him away from the ref, didn't he?
Well, they only
exactly.
One angle, didn't they?
Joey was just, what the hell's going on?
Right, Trippier wasn't, but he's saying to be calm all about it. Just wanting the referee to explain his decision to him. And Joey's just going off it because he knows it should have stood. Where he's got bird's eye view of it all. Joey. Botman would have known. Even Joe Willock felt pushing his back. He's not going to make that up, is he?
I think Botman actually posted on Instagram, I think it was. Just put in how, yeah, exactly. Even he knew it was a goal. It should have been a goal.
Yeah.
Not even being too overconfident. I think that if all of these decisions had gone our way and providing the 3 penalty shouts went in, we could be possibly sitting on a 100% win streak at the minute.
We could be near the top of the table, Jace. Our performances have deserved more points than we actually got down to these decisions that's gone against us. Liverpool, we would have got a point because playing 3 minutes over 5, that's just ridiculous anyway. City, we got a point, and we would have. We've run teams close. We've not been battered out the side by Liverpool, by Chelsea. Brighton even we were battered out the side by Chelsea, by Brighton, but we managed to hold on for a point. Even the Wilson goal there, you saw there. Fucking dunks nowhere near the ball. And that's another one. You just can't watch football anymore. I mean, I didn't even celebrate the goal yesterday because I knew something was going to come of it.
It's the only thing there is every time we score, you think it's going to get chalked off.
No. I thought Isaac's goal would have been ruled out offside against Liverpool to say in the right place where he's 100% onside.
Should we band-aid these refs and add refs to each end of the field to assist the main ref, or wipe the slate clean and get them all to fuck off? I'm going with the second option.
That's not a bad shout though, having refs at goalposts.
Yeah, they do it in the European games.
Mm.
And didn't they do it in the internationals as well?
Yeah. Well, the goal would have been given yesterday if there was a ref stood next to the goalpost. He would have seen that, and there wouldn't have been all of this. So it's starting to make a bit more sense because that's where all the issues are happening, is when it's in the opposition's box. So to eliminate that, you put officials on just beside the goal, and it should help. But then saying that, the standard of refs that we've got at the moment, it probably wouldn't.
And if there's an excuse to say, oh, there's not enough refs to have 6 linesmen on the field, then just simply go for Sunday League refs. There's plenty about. There's no excuse to say not having enough refs.
Yeah. Well, can you see? Yeah. We'll just stand there then. That's it. So that's all they need him for.
West Ham also got. Yeah, we've already mentioned that. West Ham got screwed over. Villa got that Coutinho goal was disallowed when he was clearly onside.
So where did you get that from and all? Coutinho's level.
Mm. Well, it's like Cody was onside as well when he scored, wasn't he?
Yeah, Cody was onside as well. Now, what's that game? The way they put the lines makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, Isaac's second goal against Liverpool, it's on an angle. You can't see it straight, so it's always on an angle.
How I saw it was the ball came off of Milner, so it played Cody on.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what my dad said. He said it's nicked off Milner, so he should be allowed to stand because because he's been classed as being an active player, Milner, when he nicks off him, doesn't it? That's what it means.
But this is it.
VAR
too much of it goes on, man. I just kind of stand it. Too much of it goes on. I mean, he got a second goal should have stood. He's level there with Gomez.
Jason, I look at that bottom one, right? I mean, that's your Longstaff one, right? That is absolutely inclusive, right? That one there, right? Should have pulled back straight away. Everyone in the world saw that. And he just couldn't even be bothered to look at it, yeah? That is absolutely exclusive there. Everyone knows what he's done, right? On it to that time and time again, right? And again, I think these referees just bottling it. They just think they says, you know what, I'm not bothered. I've got to let it carry on. Do you know what I mean? But hey, it's just so infuriating as well. Do you know what I mean? When I see that happen every single time.
Yes. The John Stones on Fabian Schär should have been a penalty. If you look at the picture in a wider angle, you see the ref is not even being blocked. He is near enough standing near them, and nothing is given. He's just turning a blind eye to it. He is standing right in front of them. The Callum Wilson he's not even making contact. Goal should have standed for Brighton. Isak, the Isak one was hard to work out. You're seeing it at that angle, you think he's onside. It could have been offside. But I've seen someone actually cut round the whole bit and line it up to the halfway line where it should be brought from. And just by putting it to the halfway line, you can see that Isak is slightly onside. So that goal should have counted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got to shoot in a minute. So last thing I'll say is, isn't it amazing how the three teams that everyone expected to be challenging the top six in us, Villa and West Ham are the teams that seem to be getting screwed on the most VAR calls when they're playing the top six sides. And that, for me, if that doesn't scream out to anyone about the fact that it's just completely and utterly corrupt, I don't know what will. Because, yeah, who else is going to challenge them? Let's be honest. And it just seems the same three teams getting screwed over every week. And something's got to change. Something's got to change. It's got to change soon, because we can't go a whole season with this kind of bullshit, to be honest.
Well said. Well said.
No, we've had 14 years of hurt, and now it's just going to be the refs and VAR that's going to, and the Premier League that's going to keep this continuing on, regardless who we bring in and who we have in charge.
This is it. But anyway, lads, I've got to shoot, so I'll catch you all later. Been good chatting. You take it easy.
Cool. Catch you
too,
later.
Vincent. See you later, man.
Bye.
So what do we think needs to be done with VAR? Does it need to be scrapped? Was it brought in too soon?
VAR doesn't need to be scrapped. It's the people that are running it. It's the people that are running it that need sorting out. Simple as that. As I said before, it's working in the other countries, so why can't it work in this country? Because it's plain similar to idiots that are running it and idiots who are using it.
John, you're the master of Italy. They perfected VAR. What's the difference between the VAR over there than it is over here?
It's not that much of a difference, really, but basically, like, they just gets it right. You know what I mean? I mean, they check on everything. They check on every single angle. You know, if someone ain't right, and they just don't miss a thing at all whatsoever, sort of thing. So, I mean, it's people from VAR actually call the referee and say, you need to look at this. They go and look at it, right? They don't rush into a decision, right? They look at it, they check out everything. They just got it so right. Do you know what I mean? But here in the Premier League, right? I mean, they just caught in two minds, really, sort of. They let the player, it's basically the players come to the referee and tell him to look at this, look at that, sort of thing, you know? You see the referee goes like that. And then it goes to make a decision there. But I think he's got it so right. They really have. The best one for us, Jason, is in Australia. What they should do, right? They should tell the fans, show the cameras as well, and show the fans what's going on. Keep the fans in the loop, yeah? Because I'm afraid to say, we don't know now. Yeah? They kiss us in the dark. We need to find out what's going on. We want to see the attacks for ourselves as well. And let them communicate between Stockley Road and the referee, and let us hear things so we know about it. But back to Italy, they got a spot on. The Bundesliga's got a spot on as well, by the way, similar to Italy as well. The La Liga as well. But the Premier League still haven't got it down right.
Exactly. It's just the time they take to make decisions as well. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
They go.
This is the thing, Jason. Excuse me. They need to do it quickly. But what else can he do? What else can he really do? Yes, it's delaying. But for me, I'm all in for VAR, 110%. I'm all in for it, yeah, if it's the right decision's been called. But I'm afraid to say, it's just been mockery. It's an absolute mockery now. Do you know what I mean? People's going to say, scrap this, scrap that. It's not going to happen now. It's here to stay, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. I think they should take a good year out to learn it some more, because the way it's going, it's just going to keep ruining the game.
Exactly. It's just going to get it. Well, the thing is, it's going to cost European football. It's going to cost relegations. It's going to cost like I said, a place in Europe as well. You cost you the title as well, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Because come the end of the season, if we're like 3 points for a Champions League spot, they need to look back on that screen now that alongside short pull, Isak was onside. Do you know what I mean? And we should have a penalty against Man City as well. It's just so ridiculous, man. It's just a disgrace. And United just have it in for us. I mean, what can we say? What do we say now, Jason? It just falls on flipping deaf ears. Real talk, yeah? Not only that, Declan Rice is so right when you come out and have to say it. Calling the referee out, and he's absolutely spot on. He's going to get charged for it now.
Oh, definitely. Breaking news 3 minutes ago via BBC Sport. Premier League to review VAR decisions with PGMOL.
Too late now. The damage has been done.
Now, matches is over with.
Exactly. They should have got sorted out. They should have got sorted out way back. They should have got sorted out in the summer. Why is it taking now? You should have done this at the end of the season where you have plenty of time to sort things out, right? And then put it into place for the new season.
Sheffield United got relegated because he didn't even turn it on against Villa when he scored a perfectly good goal. Or was that Villa who scored a perfectly good goal? The VAR wasn't even turned on. No, the goal line technology. Sorry, I got it wrong. Sorry, goal line technology.
Well, so that
was VAR. Sorry.
That was the same with Bournemouth. Bournemouth shouldn't even have gone down if it was all turned on.
Yeah. Shows the incompetence, isn't it?
It does. It's too little too late now to start investigating a bit. Damage is already been
what's
done.
the point in investigating it? Because a few people kick up a fuss about it. Oh, shouldn't you going to make it better? They haven't made it better since it's come in. There's been countless decisions that's gone against every single team in the Premier League since its inception, and not one, and it hasn't got any better since.
What we've got.
Best league in the world. Yeah, all right. Best league in the world. Okay. I've never said it's best league in the world. Do you know what I mean? But it's the most corrupt league in the world now as well.
Well, it used to be the best league in the world until this is all started up.
We all thought that was the takeover, didn't we? They were corrupt. And
Oh yeah.
We always thought that it wasn't just one or two thing, and it was thousands of fans saying that. That's why they had to go and protest at the Premier League, just so they could get the voices heard. Because it was just such bullshit that you maybe something about it now with us not to get these decisions. It could be something to do with that, You
have all the journalists slating us because of blood money, we're Saudi owned and everything.
Delaney, Edwards, both buried each other. Ollie Holt is another one. All going to the World Cup though, sampling their hospitality, yet they criticise Newcastle's owners for it's sports washing, blood money, and all this shite. Need to take a long look at the hard look in the mirror at themselves. If you know better than any other person, fucking set an arsehole, a lot of them. Can't stand either one of them. Delaney, Edwards, Holt, can't stand them.
I know.
They're all it is.
John's definitely trying to push them all to come on his channel so he can rip into them.
You know what it is, right? I mean, I'd love to get people like Luke Edwards coming on. I'd love to get Ollie Holt coming on. They don't come on. Do you know why? Because they probably get a reaction sort of thing. You know what I mean? They know full well they're going to get ripped apart. It's as simple as that. But I'm not there to make extra money. I'm not here to make extra subs. I'm not here to, But at the end of the day, right, it's just to get their face on my channel. The last star I got on my channel, me and Tony, was Andrew Musgrove. And that from the Chronicle. That guy is absolutely brilliant.
I think we should get Paul on VAR. I think he'll be able to sort them out.
Exactly. He have them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, man.
Just sent Ryan the link. He'll be coming on soon to give his views. I was hoping to get Tony on, but unfortunately he couldn't come on today. He had to go out when we're going live, so I'll have to get him on when he's free, because he's got a lot of thoughts to say on all that on that whole matter as well.
he's coming on my show tomorrow. So I'm trying to get him. We'll probably do an early one tomorrow. Probably do about 6:30 or something like that.
Just I've got to shoot. I've got to shoot a early now because our meeting is ready.
Cool, no worries.
Anyways, see you later.
Yeah, see you later.
See you later.
There we go. Apart from all those decisions, what did you think of the Palace game?
I thought we played well. We had chances. We're a dominant team in the game. Isaac, when he went through on goal, but it probably is the best option to do, chip the cable, because I don't think he could have gone either side where he was stood. He didn't actually try and open his body to try and shoot. He just went to try and dink he's come out of his goal. And I'll not criticise him for that, because I think everybody would try that. It's just reminiscent of what Almiron did in his debut. He was through on goal, chipped the cable, hit the post, didn't he? Against Huddersfield that game. Mind you, I think Miggy played well as well yesterday. He was great, I thought. Always full of running, hurrying the defenders, everything. Unlucky to hit the post with the deflection. Made a stupid dive in the first half, but I'm not talking about that. He didn't get a yellow card for that, because he just dived and got straight back up.
I agree. You know what it is, right? I mean, yesterday I thought, look, we should have won that game. Right? I thought Palace had a goal, by the way, they really did. But, I mean, if you're going to do like a messy dink, it's got to come off, yeah? And what Isak trying to do, right, you've got to do it well. But, yes, he's 22 years old. He went 1-on-1 with the keeper. And he has a good save in the end, but he should have done better. Miggy hit the post. I thought Miggy played alright yesterday. But Nick Pope, man on the match for me. He made 2 outstanding saves, which saved our bacon as well. Our back four's defending properly for Botman again, outstanding again. I'm a Botman fan, by the way.
I'm a fan of Botman. I love Botman in that team, John. He's brilliant.
Yeah. I tell you what, he's better than VVD at them. He's better than Virgil van Dijk in a minute. I can't lie, but let's be real. But the midfield, Joe Linton, right? I think did okay. He wins the tackles, but he gives the ball away quite cheaply as well. Yes, I'm very surprised. But I love, you know how much I love Eddie Howe, right? Please don't pick Jacob Murphy again, ever. Please don't pick him. What does he see in this guy? He ain't good enough for Newcastle United, yeah? What does he do? I mean, look, his distribution's crap. He should have squared that ball, which could have got us a goal up, but he didn't. I mean, he has not got a football in brain, Murphy. He has got a football in brain. And he's just an utter, and he's just not good enough.
Afternoon, Dan.
What an absolute shocker.
I only said afternoon.
What a load of crap that referee was, and VAR.
Give us your thoughts on all of those decisions there on the screen.
Shocking. Absolute disgrace.
How many points have we been cost out of all that lot?
Let's have a look. The first one against City, probably 3. The one against Brighton, 3. Liverpool, a point. Wolves, all 3. And then the one yesterday, all 3. Because of bad refereeing and bad VAR.
Exactly.
Did you see the
many points to drop too many points from them sort of positions just to the officials? It's not because of the time, it's concentration to not keep going for the full 90 minutes, because you do that. Eddie wasn't playing that way, but when it's like that, I mean, that Longstaff one, they having his shirt pulled.
Exactly.
They didn't get checked by VAR, man. A lot of these decisions didn't get checked by VAR. the stones on the share one that didn't get checked by VAR.
You think, Stephen, last year, right, everybody was saying about Liverpool being undone by VAR. So far, we've played, 5 games? And everything's gone against us.
6 games.
All right. I'm thinking 1 game out.
Yeah, we had Forest first game.
All right, 6 games, and so far everything's gone against us.
Yeah,
Because,
everything's gone against us.
I was watching the Liverpool game, and we thought 5 minutes, and then it went to like 8 minutes, and we're thinking, where's the ref got 8 fucking minutes from?
Beats me, man. Beats me. And also, a lot of people haven't said this, Dan, as well. Jordan Henderson must have took about 5 minutes to walk off the pitch after being subbed. Have they not
Exactly,
even taken consideration at all, man?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, none of that as well. So really, they should put on 103 minutes after that, if that is the case. No, don't put it down to us. It's him as well. I think this referee must be a Liverpool fan. With the Liverpool shirt on.
And plus, also, John, if you watch the game, how many Liverpool players got booked? None.
0. Work got booked, and then again, he really wanted to book one of our players as well, like Nick Pope as well. I mean, they said they had like an injury, like an injured shoulder, something like that. He went down earlier on, by the way, and people say he's trying to waste time. He's not wasting time at all.
I think that was like a little migraine he had.
Yeah. And then people saying that, oh, he's just trying to waste time. No, he wasn't. Not at all. You got to trust the player. It's as simple as that. You know, what can you do when collapsing if they are like that Fabrice? What's his name? The guy from who used to play for
Bolton, Fabrice
Muamba.
Yeah.
Are they gonna start booing him, sort of thing? You say, oh, get up! You're trying to waste time. No one knows.
No.
Nobody knows what's going on. Do you know what I mean? But look, come on, man. 5 minutes of added on time. That is it. Yeah. Where there is 5 extra 3 minutes from? Because I'll tell you something. I said earlier on. If we don't get the Champions League, right? If we missed up with say on goal difference or 3 points, whatever that sort of thing, right? It all comes down to what we're seeing now. Well, you're not getting the decisions. You know what I mean?
Stephen and John, but do you think that we should do what they do in the Champions League? Have 2 referees? You know, 2.
The 2 linesmen on the goal line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be better because you do that, like you said, it's been mentioned before. You would do that in European games, wouldn't you? In Champions League games, Europa League games, have an extra official on each touchline. See if any decisions goes on, anything that goes on. That would be probably an advantage. Then you could tell the referee in his ear, allow the goal. You don't need to go to VAR or anything. It was the Palace defenders pushed Willock into the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
I've seen that quite clear with my eyes. You don't need to go to VAR. You can award the goal.
But
that's what probably may need, extra official on each touchline.
Yeah.
Just going up and down that little short touchline to see.
It's
keep an eye on decisions like that.
Shearer tweeted out and said that was an awful VAR.
This referee, right? This referee only officiated in the Premier 7 times. He is so inexperienced, this referee, right? And our referees, right, will never manage officiate in European football anymore. They just won't. They just don't.
No, of course not, John.
No, and of course not, people saying the best league in the world, really? It's one of the corrupt league. They do not want us to be the part of the Big 6 or Big 7, or whatever they call it.
No,
right?
no, of course not, John.
And you know what it is, right? These clubs now, I mean, clubs like Chelsea and Arsenal, right? Maitland-Niles, Arteta didn't want to loan them out to us, and Chelsea didn't want to loan Gallagher or Brocha to us as well, yeah? Because they see us as a threat. But if that's the case, we should not be helping them out, yeah?
No.
Dubaka, right? I do love Dubaka, by the way, right? But if he wanted to go to United, let him carry on. Let him carry on.
Who, John? Who?
You know what I mean? Then
Say
carry
it
on.
properly. Man
That was it,
United.
right, that's it. Sorry.
Yeah,
And it's Macy's on there.
but if you go back to last season's game against Liverpool, was it Anfield when Hayden went down in the box after the head
Should have
head
stopped.
thing?
Should have
Yeah,
stopped it.
against Liverpool, that should have been stopped. Yeah, Mike Riley, not Mike Riley, Mike
Mike
Dean.
Dean.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh no, he
No, you didn't appreciate it.
Players down on the box at that time. There was Hayden and Sheridan, wasn't there?
Mhm.
2 players down in the box. Should be stopped as a matter of priority for a head injury assessment. Nobody's
Exactly.
carried on playing. That's how he scored.
Yeah, which really shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, so there we
Premier
go.
League to review VAR decisions with PG. What the fuck is PG MLO?
It's the I can't remember. It's just, the Premier League is to review the controversial VAR decisions at Chelsea and Newcastle yesterday with referees body PGMOL as a matter of priority. The move comes after decisions that denied Newcastle United and West Ham goals against Palace and Chelsea, respectively. Both teams thought they had scored, with goals confirmed on the by the on-pitch referee. In each instance, both goals were disallowed after VAR. Both decisions have been heavily criticised, with many arguing the role of VAR is not to get involved to reverse debatable calls that have already been made. Shearer saying it's shocking, abysmal, disgraceful. Willock is going to head the ball, so Mitchell shoves him. Michael Salisbury gives it right. It is Lee Mason, the VAR official, who somehow bizarrely tells him you have made a howler.
Go to the screen and have a look.
Yeah, he goes to the screen and says no.
I was not fault at the
pushed.
time. I was going to fault the referee for that because I thought it was his decision that to rule out the goal, but he gave the goal, didn't he? He didn't say anything. It's just Lee Mason that's told him in his ear to go and have a look at the screen to say you may have made a cock over, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not blaming the referee for that because he used the right decision, like Shearer said. He gave the right decision. He gave the goal. That's what it was. It was should have stood. And Lee Mason's told him in his ear, you're going to have to go to look at the screen. You made a howler. And the only one that's made a howler was the actual person who referred him to it.
Yeah.
It's an absolute joke. It needs scrapping.
I'll tell you what to do next week. We got West Ham United next week, right? We got I like coffee, by the way. Top guy, that guy. I mean, we've got West Ham next week away at the London Stadium. All eyes will be on that game, right? I'm sure the referee are going to balance it out and give West Ham every opportunity. Do you know what I mean? That's what they'll do.
Oh, yeah.
They will. I mean, I don't know when it's that game next Saturday, guys, or is it next Sunday?
Next Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Sunday, what time?
2 o'clock.
It is 2 o'clock. Cool.
Yeah, it's
like 4-4 that game, 3 red cards each.
Won't be surprised.
Yeah, it's
but
like,
we need to get. But joking aside, we need to get ASM and Bruno back because yesterday, guys, we badly missed him yesterday.
Yeah,
I mean, Bruno, for playing the ball out from the back as well, he's got to be a part of that as well. He needs to be there as well if you're going to do play the ball out from the back because he can link up the play as well. And ASM, I mean, Ryan Fiercer, for me, had a poor game yesterday. Yeah. For me, he had a poor game yesterday.
You see, I think though, right, with this VAR, we've always said that it should be the on-pitch referee. Only go to the monitor if it's for yellow cards, red cards, and pens. Not for a little silly push like that. We've always said that.
Vieira and Tuchel should be ashamed in their post-match interviews. They should be.
What did Vieira said? I missed that, Tom. Missed that comment yesterday.
He agreed with the referee's decision that it was a foul on Mitchell.
Greater.
He won't be getting any points to that man, by the way. He'll come on and say that with his sort of thing, you know. I expect him much better than Patrick, because I do like Patrick, I really, really do. But for him to come out and say that, I'm sorry, Pat, you're wrong, mate.
You see, but I watched it live, and all I saw was like you lot have said, Mitchell pushed Willock.
Yeah,
he did. He shoved him straight into Guaita.
Shoved Willock straight into Guaita. But it wasn't exactly subtle. He just, because Mitchell was the wrong side, he had to get back. And he just shoved him with his elbow into Willock's back and gave him enough of a shove to make it look like a foul on the caver.
Out of his control, Steve. He couldn't do anything about it. He couldn't do nothing.
That's
what did
why.
He expect him to do? Like spin around? No, he couldn't.
But I mean, he was going full force into Guaita, wasn't he? After
it was either going to be a Willock goal, or after he shoved him, it was a Mitchell own goal. So the goal should have stood either way.
Yeah.
Or give a penalty away. Give a penalty away, man. Give away
a penalty. Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, if he'd gone wide or something like that, and they looked at it and said, if he'd gone wide, just past the post, we'd give a penalty for that. Because it went in, I was really you would just awarded the goal. You say, there's no point in awarding a penalty when the ball's already in the net, is it? Really, you would just give the goal for that. Willock was just really disheartened, wasn't he, in his after-match interview with the club website? And he said, "Well, I got pushed in the back," and he was really disappointed. Willock, you could tell in his face he was disappointed.
Exactly, mate. Definitely.
Exactly. Anderson.
I actually thought Willock was decent as well. I thought he was decent yesterday. Willock.
I thought Anderson. I think Anderson's got to start now, guys. He's got to start in this game next week.
He was good as well, Anderson. Special mention for him. He was great, Anderson. Man,
you know what?
He came on.
You know what it is, guys? Right, with Elliot, I mean, he's just no fear. That guy gets on with it. He lets him count, and he lets him do what he wants to do. Go out there, express yourself. You made a real difference yesterday, and Palace tried to take him out as well, which he nearly took him out as well, and he got away with that. And look, I think Elliot's going to go all the way. I think this guy has got to be precision. My only concern is, where's his best position? Where's his best position, man?
I would say drop Longstaff.
Yeah.
Drop Longstaff, put Anderson now. As much as Eddie rate, I don't know why Eddie rates Longstaff so much. I think he's played 100 games. I think 85 of them at minimum have been awful from him. He's not been the best since his injury. He's not been his best since the Rafa days. You get some signs of him being decent, but I'd drop him for Anderson. Anderson, the moment he comes onto the pitch, he's an amazing player. He is amazing.
Oh, I understand this.
Yeah.
You know what it is, right? I mean, people, again, seeing people having to go at Isak for that missed chance when he was one-on-one, right? And look, I'm going to be real here. The guy's 22 years old, right? And Alex Isak, the goals will come for you, mate. The goals will come. You score some, you miss some, right? Yes, he should have scored yesterday. He tried to do a messy dink, which didn't come off, but he should have walloped that ball. He should have walloped it. Yeah,
he just made he just made the wrong call.
You know? Yeah, I think he should have slided it under his legs because he couldn't nutmegged him now.
Yeah, even the who was it on our commentary yesterday? Ian Dowie and someone else on the thing that I was watching. He said he should have slid it to any of the corners. And that would have been a goal.
Like go for a certain corner, wouldn't it? But I think with a cable just come out, made his mind up. Said, well, if it's come out, he's going to have to chip him here. Because I said he's probably had his mind made up. I kind of go either side. because he running at speed, wasn't he? He didn't have like enough time to like try and set himself to put it in either corner. I think he's had enough time to think, well, if he's come out here and he stood and run in front of him, I'm going to have to try and dink him.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, he was like so on goal and all Palace defenders around him. Got about 3 or 4 yards behind him or something. He just took his spot like he did against for the second goal. I mean, the way he sat Robertson on his ass, took it around Gomez and put it in the other side. This is what he's got when he's got composure. I mean, the goals will come for Isaac. I'm very confident in that. I think the goalkeeper's already made his mind up to actually where he's going to put it. If he had enough time, he would have put it either side of the goalie because of the striker he is. But because White has come out and stood his arms up like that, you said, "Oh shit, I have to just try and dink him here."
Yeah,
and that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. What's going to happen when Callum comes back?
I tell you what, I still keep him. I still keep him. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, it's going to be 4-3-3. I mean, it's competition. I mean, I think Isak should start because I think for me it's a world class. He's going to be world class. This guy. So, and I think he should be starting now. Do you know what I mean? And I think Callum Wilson should come on. This is the thing. Oh, is he going to play a 4-4-2? Little and a large combination as well.
I'd stick to the 4-3-3, but apparently Isak can play on the wing, so why not have an ASM, Wilson, and Isak front three?
Yeah.
Chase, can you go back to that Trulls one again a minute?
Yeah, man.
I actually agree though with Trulls. Murphy was bad yesterday.
Murphy's so bad. Having pace and only pace should never be enough, in my opinion.
He was so bad. Go on, Daniel.
I do agree with Trulls there. I was watching him. Did he come off? Was he off the bench?
Yeah.
Yesterday? Yeah, off the bench. He done sod all. He just ran, lost the ball so many times. Look at that Longstaff when he could have crossed it in. He got so what's the one I'm thinking of? Dispossessed so easily when he could have crossed it in. You know.
We were unlucky too with Isak's chance. That bullet header, Miggy hit the post. Oh, Miggy's little volley that hit the post. I was nearly in the air. I was halfway into the air celebrating that, and as soon as it hit the post, oh no, I could not believe it.
That header I thought it was Botman just for the power it generated behind it. He was actually Longstaff, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was Longstaff. I thought it was Botman just for the sheer power of the head. I said, well, that's a good fucking header, Botman. And then I seen him trying to go for the rebound. It nearly went in. It wasn't for Decore, Palace midfielder. Joe Linton was about to touch it in. He was just about to go trickle in. And then he got back and cleared it off the line. But
I was watching Billy at the end of his stream yesterday. And one of the comments on there was saying Palace dominated you. And Billy being Billy said, go and take your face for a shit.
Hey!
We paid Paul for them royalties to use that for a slogan.
Yeah. Now Dan owes Paul about 6,000 quid.
Fuck you. Yeah, but though, I think since we've had the takeover, VAR, the referees, every other Premier League club, it is now gunning for us.
Well, I'd say the top six. The other 13 aren't. Willock looked tired and could have scored right at the end. That volley that he done right at the end that went wide. Oh, that should have gone in. He should have controlled that a little better, I think.
I mean, if he controlled that on his chest and got a bit better swing at it, it would have flown in the net. He had to shank it, hadn't he?
Definitely. Indeed, I don't know. We didn't play that well. We lost the ball far too easily.
Exactly.
Isaac should be first, and Callum should be super sub, so he doesn't get injured as much. What do you think of that?
Do you know what it is? I agree with that comment, by the way, because listen, we all love Callum Wilson. I think he's a great guy, he really is. But he can't play 35, 36 games a season, he just can't. But for me, I think he'll come on fresh, he can make a difference, but he's got to be playing at least half an hour. So if it doesn't go well in the 60 minutes, get Callum on, and simple as that. But will he want to do that? I don't know. But he wants to play from the start, then I think Eddie's got a big problem. You're going to play players up front, do you know what I mean? But Isaac's got to be in there. He's got to start because this guy's going to be a superstar and he needs more and more games.
As long as we don't see Mr. Deadwood on the bench anymore.
Oh, why did you have to go and mention him?
Hey, yeah.
Even though there was only a couple of minutes to play, and as soon as he comes onto the pitch, I'm already raging. The moment he's standing on the touchline, I'm going through the roof raging. Why are we bringing him on? He's absolutely bloody useless.
It's because Eddie won't bring anybody in from the under 21s. Yeah,
I'm gonna end up bringing back my sign that I always have to be had behind me, a Bruce out, and I'm just gonna have it saying Wood out.
Wood out, yeah. Wood out.
Yes,
I just hope everyone watching don't get the wrong idea and think I'm gonna flop it out. I don't want no private messages of that type of thing. Come on.
Yeah, but seriously though, I think with this VAR now, it's got to be gone. We don't need it.
Alan St. Murphy, man. Ugh.
Oh, no, really?
No,
I like coffee.
No.
Do you know what it is? I don't know if he's on a week, Jacob Murphy, but he's done a 6-year contract. I think his contract ends in 2027, right? So I think that's a foolish move from the
I like that one, Jason.
Oh, I can see the tweet Brighton's just got knackered by VAR again.
Wow,
John,
really?
At the stadium, see the VAR replay properly.
Well, there's a big enough screen up there, isn't there? You was at the game, wasn't you, John?
Which screen is that? Is that I was at the match.
When the VAR for the goal came up on the screen, when all the fans went mad when it was still had, could everyone see the screen properly?
Crazy, man, isn't it? What's on the screen? I didn't.
When they showed the VAR replay on the screen in the stadium.
Oh, they didn't actually show the actual action on the screen. They just showed the VAR sign. That was it. We didn't actually see the replay and thing like that sort of thing, which is absolutely incredible. Do you know what I mean? But like I said earlier, they should show the whole thing. Then we can see what's going on. But they didn't show the actual thing. They just signed a VAR possible foul by Willock. That's it.
You see, the other thing with that, right? When I watched it live, all they showed was the foul.
Yeah.
On Greater, not the push.
No, yeah. If the refs are out for us, then it proves how unprofessional they are.
Yep.
I'm convinced Chris Wood is a CDM. I'm convinced Chris Wood is just a plank of wood. Chris Wood out. Brighton just got fucked by VAR. VAR just fucked Brighton's goal.
It looked, if it's offside, it looked offside, by the way. And I'm looking on the screen now, and it looked offside for what I can see. So, and I think they're kicking off as well. I could be wrong, but they're not happy, Brighton fans.
You see, you look at our second goal. Was he just onside or was he just offside?
Yeah,
it wasn't offside, apparently.
Nah,
What?
I was just looking at it now. Scored a good goal, by the way. McAllister.
I like that.
Brighton, how dare they disrupt the top six? I mean,
That's the thing. One of these days, right, the top six can score like a goal, right? It's completely offside. We all know it's offside, and it still counts. And
Oh,
it'll
definitely be
it's going
given.
to it is going to cause a riot. I'm telling you. Fans will go on that pitch. They're going to rip up the VR machine. You name it, you got it.
Oh, it'll definitely be allowed.
It's gonna
No,
happen.
no doubt about it.
It's going to be a riot.
It's because the big six give most of the money to the fucking Premier League.
They don't give a shite. They don't
No.
get a cat. They don't get a toss about us, Dan. They don't.
No,
But one of these days, they see us as a threat. Right? And I've said that. We are coming for them, man. We are coming
Oh,
for
yeah.
them one day. We will. And
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what? They're going to have to get used to it.
you've said that so many times, John.
Yeah, man.
You've said that so many times.
Mm.
You know,
Crazy, man. Crazy. I don't know what to say anymore. But they need. I mean, obviously, Dark Ruby's this channel, Liverpool fan. You say that Theo likes top six. Theo has F Liverpool so many times, so you can't say that. The thing is, though, mate, it's cost us something like at least 5-6 points this season already alone. Yeah.
you see.
If you look at Liverpool a couple of seasons ago, they were getting all VR decisions, though. Sometimes you cannot say that. They were well favoured in VR decisions a couple of years ago. That's why they've been nicknamed Liverpool, because they got a lot of decisions that went their way. Penalties that shouldn't have been penalties. Goal that was ruled onside when it should have been offside. That's how you won the title, just for dodgy decisions like that. And they come into the Premier League back then.
I think
So
last season.
I don't agree with that. You say you can't say that.
Oh, here we
VR
go.
hasn't been too
Here we
kind.
go,
It's been
Jason.
kind enough to Liverpool. Been
I
kind
think
enough to Liverpool to say that.
I think last season went to their rivals because we saw a lot of Everton.
Yeah, it's just crazy though. You see, the only team that didn't go against us was City. City was the only out of the 19 teams that weren't against us was Man City. Every other team went against us.
Prickford should have been sent off for the foul on Virgil van Dijk the season before and got
Yeah,
it off.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with
yeah.
that, man.
Should have been sent off for that. What I'm saying is, you cannot say Liverpool have not had the rub of the grain in VR decisions a few years ago. You cannot say that he didn't have enough VR decisions to get them a title, because he did. He had a lot of decisions go their way. He scored a last-minute goal against Leicester, I seem to remember, when Sadio Mane scored. He should have been offside, but because it was Liverpool, he got classes onside and the goal was given. A lot of uproar over that game. A lot of decisions have gone Liverpool's way since this VR came in a few years ago. A lot of decisions going their way. But I can't say
It's the third season now.
Liverpool have not had many decisions go their way. They have had a lot go their way. So that's just my opinion on Liverpool.
We've had VAR now, Jason.
Third season. Not to mention Van Dijk, I think should have seen a red yesterday.
Yeah.
What for?
For the chat. Did you see the challenge that he made?
No.
Went in stamped on the ankle of.
No, wasn't it?
Onana.
Oh, okay.
That should have been a red card anyway, because he's Liverpool. No, it didn't get given. Everton scored against Liverpool. No, that doesn't get given either because he's Liverpool. I'm not a big fan of Liverpool. I don't support them because of the.
It's the bacon man.
They have a lot of decisions go their way, and I don't like how Jurgen Klopp throws a strop every time a decision goes against his team. was like that Wednesday night. Everything was going against Liverpool, so he had to throw a stoppage before the whistle so he could get a bit of pleasure out of it.
Then comes the Canadian Zorro that's not been around for a very long time. How we doing, Ryan?
I'm all right. How about you guys?
Big up, my guy.
Big
All
up.
good, all
big
good.
up.
Big up, big up.
We are still raging.
What's your thoughts on all this? For the past 5 matches being screwed out of them.
Well, just generally, I think VAR this week, like it's been a nightmare, man. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, and it's just putting more attention to refs than it should, and they shouldn't even be talked about because if they do their job, you don't talk about it, and they're not. You see, our disallowed goal, the worst Maxwell Cornet's. I mean, holy crap! Like, it's insane. Like, enough's enough with these refs, man. Like, I said, like, give them more. Would you want to give them more support? No. Stop putting a band-aid off it. Rip the whole damn thing. Get rid of them all.
Right, guys, I'll have to go. See you later.
Catch you later.
Yeah, Stephen.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
Hey, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, all these decisions going against us, we've cost us a good load of points already this season. You think they're protecting the top, the big 6?
I don't know. There could be a case for it, but I think it's just more of just bad refereeing.
And plus, now, if the manager or head coach moans about the refereeing now, it's an first-time ban now, isn't it, as well?
Yep.
Does VAR need to be scrapped?
Yes.
I'd say the refs need to be scrapped more first.
Scrap the refs. Bring in the Serie A refs.
Well, why not? It eliminates the bias out of it too.
Yeah,
Okay.
true.
Well,
Exactly. You're not going to have fans of other clubs taking charge of games where they're going to make it go their way.
I think I was telling Dan a while, like last week too, that like they need to add refs at the other end of the field too.
Yeah.
I know I just said don't put a band-aid on these refs, like, and rip it off, but like clearly there needs to be a few more pair of eyes to give a better judgment and opinion. Well, not opinion, because it's got to be an official call that they make into fact, and they're not really doing that. It's like the Champions League. The Champions League has it. UEFA can get refs on each side. Why can't the Premier League? Like, the Premier League spent over $1 billion.
Look at John fanning himself.
I know. Oh, and then, man,
This whole, like, how do I say it? Like, no, the Premier League, they spent over $1 billion, and then you look at the other main leagues, like below £500 million. You can't tell me that the Premier League can't get the best refs with that kind of revenue coming in, especially from streaming companies too. Like, get rid of all these old farts and hire like new people. No, I'm serious. Like, all you see is a bunch of old men with receding hairlines.
Well, you are. They're all the same.
It's a joke. And they all got guts too. Like, talk about athleticism there.
Because the premise corrupt, all they care about is the entertainment and the media. What I'd like to see is the refs actually being put on the spot at the end of the games and actually given and being interviewed why they've made this decision, why they made that decision.
True.
I make this decision because they just stutter.
Yeah, it's like I made the.
But that's how you talk all the time, Dan.
Fuck you.
I'm telling you now, I'm not being rude whatsoever, but from my old high school, the special needs kids could have done a better job than the referees.
Oh
Bring back Howard Webb.
no! Bring back Pierluigi Collina.
And like I said in the comments earlier, like, the thing is, like, all these refs, the VAR crap, like, it's been a whole buildup. It's become the point now where I'm going to be paying attention to see if there's any Premier League refs that go to Qatar, because if they do, clearly there's something wrong with FIFA and they didn't hire the right refs either. But let's see if there's actually any, because I highly doubt there will be, because they're all shit.
Ryan?
Is that a Man United shirt in Ryan's room? No, the Man United shirts are in John's room.
You gotta zoom in. It says Bayern Munich.
Yeah, it looks like Bayern top.
Right in the red.
Howard Webb was a Man U player. Would you agree with this?
Who's this from?
Wilson high boot versus Brighton. Brighton cost us 2 points. Sharper penalty but not given, 2 points. Longstaff penalty not given, cost us 2 points. Liverpool 89th minute goal cost us 1 point. Disallowed goal versus Palace cost us 2 points. 9 points cost us this season so far.
See, you know what the Char one is that I feel like it's a bit 50-50 because you gotta look at John Stones. Like, I think for me, he gets nowhere near the ball, but I think he tries to go for it, but he goes knee first in almost. Like, he doesn't time his jump right. He doesn't execute his jump properly. And you know what? Penalties happen because of mistakes, and I think a mistake John Stones made that should have been a penalty.
I've got another picture of that.
You know what? That pen would have been given if there's a ref on the other side, because they would have seen the back end of that rather than the ref seeing John Stones jump behind Shar, and you don't really see like a knee collision in the back.
So if we go,
it's like all the fouls Wednesday that we had.
if we go to that, you can see where the referee is.
Oh yeah, I guess that too. Like, he's close.
There is no one blocking him, so how can he not miss that?
Because Jason, it's freaking City, isn't it?
Because he probably thought that it was just a misjump and no contact at all.
Hang on a minute, is that Gerard Gillet? It looks like
that's the other thing. I remember our fans were praising this guy from Watford away last season because his first ever officiating game in the Premier League. We said, "Oh, he did well," and then he has an absolute crap game against Man City when we played them.
Is that Gerard Gillet? It looks like him.
Gillett played. When did he? Wasn't he in Liverpool game?
No, that was Mamina. Was it Mamina?
See, it's almost like we shouldn't even know the refs' names, to be honest. Because yet again, you do their job, you don't speak about them. It's cool to know. It's like whatever, man. It's like in the movie credits at the end, you see all these names, but you don't really give a shit because it's a good movie at the end.
Exactly. It's shocking. I'm still raging about that decision. The amount of points were being cost. The pundits are now coming out in VAR. You've even had Michael Owen of all people saying the goal should have stood. Everybody is now catching on to the way this VAR is being treated.
See, will media generation actually get rid of like these referees, or actually like get them to wake up and do their jobs properly? I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, it's whether it's your fans or a pundit, I don't think it's just bitching at the end of the day, and they don't give a shit. The only thing that matters to them is just the money.
Yeah.
I think if everyone boycotted the Premier League just because of referees, maybe they'd wake up and say something about it. But that's probably referees too. They probably don't want to pay maybe the extra fee for like these Italian referees because maybe they're at a more premium. That comes to my point that Premier League should be able to afford anyone they want, whether it's players, which we already see. We see the most expensive players come for big fees. Why can't that apply for referees?
I agree there with that actually doesn't.
They need to bring in overseas VAR officials and show how refereeing is done. They do. Apart from Jared Gillett.
See, I was on Newcastle Fans TV after the game yesterday. Talked to Steve, and he was telling me in the MLS they have, you know how like there's the purple screen, the VAR decision. Well,
Yeah.
in MLS they have a whole screen of bullet points explaining the laws and the rules, official facts of the game that these referees need to abide by.
Yeah, we need to have what rugby's got over here. The ref is mic'd up so that you hear everything. All the fans can hear everything that's going on, what the ref's having to say, why he's come to this decision, and everything. I think that needs to happen. What do you think, John?
Because I'm a problem said, Jace. Say that again, mate. Sorry.
I said what we need happening over here is what we have with our rugby. We have the refs all mic'd up so the fans in the stadium can hear what decisions are being made and why the refs come to that decision.
Yeah, I could have to agree. That's another good point as well. I mean, look, I've been rugby league. I was going to come on to it as well, by the way. They got it absolutely right as well, letting the fans know what's going on. It should happen in the Premier League as well, but it won't do that because, again, it's just the referees you've got, the officials got in this country when it comes to Premier League. It's just an absolute joke. Do you know what I mean? They're just not forward thinking. They won't do things their way. I mean, that's a good point, Jason. I think they should do that, look into that for next season and just tell us what's going on.
See,
If
before
that
you
makes
guys,
sense, I don't think Ryan.
sorry, the thing that you're saying before about this pig mall trying to investigate, how many times have we seen these investigations that like it's like these reports of calling out like VAR or like just anything in general? Like it leads to nothing. It leads to nothing. It's almost like a losing battle, but it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys could have more of a say almost because you're in the you could like John, you're going match day going fan, but like I'm all the way across the world. What am I supposed to do? Bitch on StreamYard and Twitter? Like,
Yeah.
I was there yesterday, Ryan, and looked at the replay again on social media, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that goal. Absolutely nothing at all. I mean, Mitchell pushed Willock into the goalkeeper out of his control. It's not like he can do about it, and yet we got pulled up for a flipping foul. If anything, that should have been a penalty. If it's not going to be a goal, give it a penalty. You know what I mean?
yeah, because
just on one angle.
Joe Willock was actually going to get his head on the ball.
Yeah.
And honestly, from that angle, it probably would have been a goal, but like he pushed it, so it totally misjudged the flight of the ball and couldn't get to it. But just because of that collision, it just kind of, how do I say it? Like it is just a cover up and like an easy way to give a foul, I'd say.
Yeah, it's got to be, man. It's got to be. I mean, they're just trying to they just don't want us to upset the top six. That's all it is. So I'm sure Lee Mason in the VAR booth must have said something.
See, I don't want to believe it, but it's almost like I kind of do have to, and like.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean, Ryan. 100%.
Well, you know what too, John. Like, corners disallowed goal. Like, Terry, right, from Football Terrace. He's saying that was a penalty, or it was a foul. Sorry. And like, I like Terry a lot, but like, I disagree totally with him.
100%.
And you got a lot of traction out of that tweet. And, like, you get a lot of like the bias, like fans saying, "Oh, cry more," or like the fans saying like, "Oh, this is like another cover up for our manager and our lack of performances lately." Like, I know it's opinions, but like the brain dead ones are just saying like cry more. Like you can't get with that. It's stupid and like it's irritating and annoying to see, frustrating.
Yeah, it's just
that's a good shout, Ryan.
It's now just broke on Sky Sports News. The Premier League have asked PGMOL to review the incidents at Chelsea and Newcastle. It's too little, too late. They're going to review it, but the game's already happened.
Well, what's Pig Mall anyways? Like, what are they?
Right. I need to remember what this bloody thing is. PGMOL. Professional Game Match Officials Board League.
See, this is what I mean. They're trying to investigate something to a match result that happened. What are they going to do? Give us a win? They don't do that. You never see that.
Never.
No, they're not going to overturn the points.
What they got to do now is
just scored again, guys. Brighton 4, Leicester had 2.
Ooh.
4-2. Oh, I think Rodgers could be out.
And then what all the fans say, let's get Brendan in.
Sean Dyche, maybe. Steve Bruce.
Well, you know what?
Steve Bruce to Leicester. There you go.
Yeah.
If I was Aston Villa, I'd probably get rid of
Gerrard.
Get rid of Gerrard and get Rodgers. That would be an amazing appointment for Villa.
Yeah, swap deal. Rodgers to Leicester, Gerrard to Leicester.
I mean, look. Did you see that interview with Rodgers when he did a Parker? Did he? He did a Scott Parker having a go on his Wallace and that.
I saw a TikTok of the. I mean, it wasn't out of context. It was definitely the full thing where, like, he was talking about Wesley Fofana. He's like, he's a good kid, but I know he didn't release that statement.
You see what it is though with Leicester. Leicester's board didn't back him in the window.
Yeah,
that's what he's saying. You look at Forest; they've signed a whole new squad this season. How many of their players have got relegation release clauses in them?
They've signed bloody 2 squads this bloody window.
All of them, I'm sure. Yeah, see, that's the problem there is that there's player power too. You look at Kylian Mbappe's deal, that's player power to another level that I do not want to see at Newcastle United.
No, definitely not. Not to be given everything.
Not even like Guimaraes or like ASM.
What about Chris Wood?
Get him out of the club.
But yeah, like, honestly, I'm not going to blame the full VAR from yesterday. Like, for me, it's a mixed bag of that and the fact that there's nothing going forward. Like, it's good. Why?
Sorry, Ryan. That's come up from Joe Linton.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Better than Chris Wood.
I was gonna mention Fraser, man. Like, the drop off between him and ASM is night and day. Like, without Bruno and ASM, like, the 2 key players, like, we look like, I'd say, like a team like 13th, 14th. Rather, as if those 2 are there, like, we could probably like top 7, top 8.
You see, what promises do you think Amanda and Mirhad gave to Amizak to join?
Oh, probably Champions League in like 3 years or something. Champions League and maybe compete for all fronts or all major honors within that maybe 2-3 years.
You see, and also don't forget, we've got to face Palace in the cup as well, don't we?
Yeah, at home.
The only problem is when we've got a full fit squad, we play that full fit squad, and then you look at the bench and you think, I'm not confident with any of them coming on.
Yeah. See, like the last 2 games, like I thought we're overperforming a bit. And it almost felt like that way a bit last season towards the second half of the season where we're getting like 1-2 nils. And that was because we didn't have enough quality going forward. And it's starting to show now, like, whether these winners are linked or not, we missed out on Maxwell Cornet, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic. Like, we missed out on those winners when we should have gone in for them. Like, it.
Chase, can you go back to John Linton's one above Gary's one?
Hang on, you say too little, too late. But how many red cards get turned over? Who say they can't overturn a disallowed goal?
Because
I've never seen it before. I've never seen a result overturned or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Amanda and Merdad would be the ones to say it would have been our Saudi owners.
I don't know. I feel like they're all in their kingdoms in like Saudi Arabia, and like it's just Merdad and Amanda. They represent them. They're like the main voices. Those guys, like Mohammed bin Salman, like he's just the behind the scenes guy.
I don't agree with you there, Joel Linton. I think Bruno will stay.
If we don't get to Europe this season, Bruno will go Madrid and ASM will leave and Botman too.
I can't see ASM. I feel like ASM loves the club too much, but I think I kind of agree with Joel Linton. I think within a year or two, I think Bruno could easily go to Madrid, and like it's kind of scary.
I have to agree, Ryan. That's the scary bit. This is why we need to beef up the squad in January if we can, and show him ambition. Just help him.
Yeah.
Because if let's put it this way, right? If a Premier League club wants to come for Bruno, right? I tell you something now, they're not having him. He goes to Europe. He will not be going to another English club. There's no way, because there's no way we're gonna allow him to go to another British club. Never. If he goes to Madrid, I get it, because at the end of the day, Madrid are a huge club. Who turns down Madrid? I don't see many people turn down Real Madrid. Not at all. But
Yeah,
if he goes, then I wish him all the best. And look, it's going to be sad.
Because I'll tell you why Bruno would stay, because he wants to become a legend.
But then there's a good point there. Modric is retiring, so Bruno would be a good replacement.
They're going to have to cover 150 million then.
Exactly.
Minimum.
That's what Amanda and Mirdad put his own value
that's
at.
going to be a huge challenge right there. That's going to be a big roadblock right there. Is trying to, because any kind of stall, I feel like Bruno's gone. I'm sorry.
That's if we don't get in Europe. That is, we've got to get in Europe this season to help him out. That's the only way. And you're going to play players like Murphy, play players like Chris Wood, right, or Richie. We're not get there. Because you know why? Because they are not good enough. We need to beef up the midfield as well. Just get one more in as well. Maybe it's in January. Do you know what I mean? But we need a right-sided midfielder. I love Miggy, but we need an A-lister winger, right-side midfielder to get in there.
See, people say we got to get more depth. That starts by buying better first-team players. Like when Callum Wilson gets back fit, he'll be depth. If we bought a good winger like a Hudson-Odoi or Cornet, Miggy would have been depth. If we got some kind of backup to ASM, that's like, for me now, I don't want to really buy anyone better than ASM. I want to buy someone that's better than Fraser, but can actually be an option off the bench, and it's willing to somewhat be kind of a rotation player behind ASM. Someone like that would be depth. Defensive depth. I think our defensive depth is good, and I think more midfield's needed for depth too.
But though in the deadline day window, we were trying to do deals, but the clubs we were dealing with wouldn't take it.
Yeah, that's the other problem too, is that clubs are trying to finesse us dry for like players and stuff.
You see,
I think the one thing I would want to focus on is making a stronger bench, so that if we do bring a player off, we've got a player of equal quality coming back on.
Yeah, within the next two transfer windows, like I think all the players from like the Rafa year, like except for like Shelby, I'd say I think all like need to go almost. Like I know we probably won't get rid of Dummett. I think he'll probably leave as a free agent. But yeah. It's hard.
You see, there is one free agent out there, Ross Barkley.
No.
I would not a chance. No
way.
No way. You could be like Ryan's favourite in Nabil Bentaleb.
Exactly. Go back to Fox's comments, by the way. Go back to Fox's comment. People in fantasy land, if they think players that turn down the biggest club in the world, like Real Madrid, to be a legend for their team, that's not won anything since then. He did quote and said he wants to become a legend. We got ambitions, right? Foxy, you know that, and we need to buy more players. Then we've got to get in Europe as well, because, like I said earlier, the players I mentioned, Wood, Murphy, Richie, they're done, all done.
You see, with Bruno, I think Piff have told him, if you give us two or 3 years, then we will be in Europe.
That's probably it.
If we don't get Europe by 2 seasons, I think players will leave, but not before that. They have all said slow and steady, even Bruno. Yeah.
See, I kind of agree with that, but at the same time, how many players come out with stuff? Like they come out with some promises. They say one thing one day, and their opinion can change the next year almost.
Every time. Exactly.
Even I've not gone for a European finish. I've gone for a 9th place finish to start off the year,
I've done
maybe
that actually too.
And then maybe go for Europe next season when we've built a stronger team. But I don't expect Europe straight away.
I think if we get higher than that, it's because of defensively we do well, and I think we do just enough attack wise to win games.
Jonathan says, look at their subs compared to ours.
Oh, it's night and day, yeah.
Go Europe if no Prem club sells to us. Why not? Might as well go look at other leagues instead of going for the Premier League. If they're not going to sell to us, then sudden we don't sell to them. But then look at the case of fucking Dubravka.
Yeah, but though, if you think about it, right, well, all the commentators on a deadline day were saying that we were trying to keep under the FFP. Fair play can't touch us for the next two windows.
3 windows.
3 windows. Do you think it'll buy more players in January, guys?
I think maybe one marquee player and maybe I think we'll buy 2 in January.
I think we'll mainly go for the loan window in January. Then we will buying permanent players.
Yeah, but Jason, just think though, in January, Deadwood can fuck off.
Even though they said on deadline day, a number of clubs, Premier League and others, were asking about Wood. Yet he was told that he's not going nowhere.
Yeah,
which is a bit odd, because at the end of the day, we could have got rid of him, got another striker in, and then that would have made a huge difference, man. But Chris Wood is not good enough. We all know that. But
the moment that got announced, I cried.
I got Brian before Murphy was coming on. Can I just talk about it too? For me, Eddie Howe got it so wrong. Why did he bring off Almiron? Why did he bring him off? If we have no ASM or Bruno, we have to have Almiron on the pitch. He's the most threat we have, and him and Isak. I think what should have happened is Anderson should have come on way earlier because he had way more of an impact than Fraser. I've had enough of Fraser now, man. I know his first year, I remember seeing people like Paul complain about why he performs for Scotland and not for Newcastle. And, it's infuriating. I was defending that, but, it was the second half of last season where there's that segment of ASM being injured, and he had that opportunity to stake some kind of claim in the spot. I don't think he did enough. No. And then I saw a lot of people praising him because he runs around a lot. Fraser did nothing yesterday. The Fraser we got second in assist behind Ian Hazard is not the Fraser we got. This guy, I think the injuries and just that period of him not playing during COVID while he's at Bournemouth just killed him almost. He's not the same player.
You see, when Fraser and Wilson used to play against us for Eddie Howe at Bournemouth, Fraser always scored against us.
Yeah, I remember the whole fan base was gassed when we got Fraser as a free agent. I don't remember seeing a bad thing about him. Maybe his attitude issue, but majority of people were excited about Fraser coming in.
It wasn't that though, right? Like Fraser would have only signed if Wilson had signed.
I actually agree with this calling here. I feel like I'm not saying Target's been bad, but I don't think he's done enough, and I like Jamal Lewis a lot.
Yes.
You see, but though, right? Don't forget though, Eddie Howe's got to submit his 25-man squad soon.
Oh, Lewis will be in there for sure. I think Lewis will be in there. I think he'll make the cut over Dummon. He has to.
I agree. I was going to say, I can't remember what I was going to say now. You touched around Fraser, right? I mean, for me, I think he could do a lot more. He could do a lot more
Yeah.
for me because
yeah.
he could do a lot more Fraser. If he ups his game by 30%, I think you've got a quality player. I'm a fan of Ryan Fraser. I do like him, but he's got to do more and he's got to do a lot more.
Look at the stuff he done for Bournemouth and he does for Scotland. He's
not transmitted to us.
Well, exactly. He's an assist master, but he's not really done much of that for us.
I think that's his game. Is he beats a man and puts good crosses in. I think his best cross I've seen him put in is Joe Linton's goal against Brentford. Oh, and his goal is for assist for ASM against Brentford as well. 3-3 draw.
Yeah,
crosses are insane, but he doesn't do enough of it.
No.
Do you know what it is, guys? Just quickly on Foxy's comments tonight. I think he's made a good point in a way. He's basically saying, every kid's dream in South America is to play for Barcelona and Madrid. Brazilian Ronaldo said he wanted to be a legend at PSV. Rafinha said he wanted to be a legend at Leeds. They all left quickly. What would Bruno say about that?
Exactly. I'm fully behind that. Opinions for players.
They say they want to do the best for the club at the start, and then they see it all go wrong, and they went, right, I want out of this.
Yeah.
Miggy gets 1 goal a season, and Fraser gets like 2 a season, and fans will wake themselves off.
This is the thing, right? I mean, of our fan base, right? Look, I like Miggy. Don't get us wrong, but he's not going to get you 10 goals a season. Let's be real. He works hard for the team, but I want to see him do more assists. I want to see him do a lot more assists. I want to see him score a lot of goals, right? He does that, put it together. I think Miggy's going to be a canny player, but 1 goal a season and a couple of assists ain't going to make the whole season.
No,
that
it's not.
is the
No.
thing. That is the thing.
I think his season so far is pretty promising, and the projection looks like he could probably, I'd say, reach that. But like, I think it's only so much sustainable as a right winger. Like, I think he needs to play behind the striker. The thing is, we got no one else on the wings, so he's got to play there. Like, we're all in agreement that we will not drop Almiron for Murphy.
No chance. I'd rather, I don't know, have a youth player go there instead of Murphy at the minute. So I'd rather have Ndoweni or Munoz as a backup to Isaac and Wilson than them would lining up every single bloody week.
So you're right, Jason. Plankosaurus.
Well,
I mean, Chill's got a good point, by the way, as well, coming up.
Miggy works hard, rubs, but have no right leg, and we miss a lot of chances because of that. Not slagging Miggy. It's the same with Fraser. He done well at Atlanta. Right. He does well. He does well for Paraguay. But you look at him for us, it's completely different. Same with Fraser. He does well. He did well for Bournemouth. He does well for Scotland. Again, completely different for us. What are they doing at those other clubs that they're not doing with us?
I mean, to be fair, like in South America, you could easily like stat pad against teams like countries like Bolivia or like Venezuela. But at the same, it goes back to my point. I feel like I would like to see him as right behind the striker, and during games, like I think he transitions to that. But we have to start him as a right winger because there's no other option.
Yeah, there is no one there at the minute that can play there. So hoping he doesn't get injured anytime soon.
I think a front three of Almiron, Isak, and Anderson I quite like. But at the same time, I still rather have like an actual natural right winger like over him.
Yeah, it was a shame we didn't get Pedro through the door.
That's the thing. I think Pedro would have made a difference, Jason. I think he would have been out. And Joe, going back, that's a good combo. I like coffee. Joe Linton cannot hold midfield on his own. He needs Shelvey, he needs help from Shelvey, Bruno, and he's badly missing them. For me,
no, Shelvey's costing us. We got like no depth in midfield because of him.
Exactly. I mean, I'll tell you what I'd love to see as the right side midfielder. I'll go and break the bank for this guy as well. That Pedro Neto. Go and get this guy from Wolves. Go and break the bank for him. Because I tell you what, this guy, and I think Ryan's going to agree with us as well, this guy is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he would be a good option. But I feel like where we were almost, I think we needed to loan someone like a Pulisic or Hudson-Odoi. And we missed out completely. And I'm going to mention that forever because I don't care if they're linked or not. They were available, and we didn't take the opportunity to get them.
I tell you what,
Hudson-Odoi would be levels over any of our right wingers.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else as well, Ryan. I see your point on maybe I was wrong on him. Well, looking back now, I'm going to have to back you up on that one as well. I mean, the reason Chelsea didn't give us Hudson-Odoi or Gallagher is because they see Newcastle are a threat and they do not want to help our suit. That's why they sold him told him to go to Leverkusen. I don't know if it's true or not, but
surely it's got to work both ways though. Because look at Man United; they screwed us over for Henderson, they screwed us over for Lingard, and yet we're quite happy to let Dubravka go for so cheap.
Well, what's the logic in Man United trying to screw us over with Lingard at the time when he was going to be a free agent anyways? What's the point of Callum Hudson-Odoi when he's got less than 2 years left on his contract too? Like, and obviously if we loan them too, like we won't play against Chelsea.
it's
they're not allowed to play against their parent club unless there's a verbal agreement.
I mean, I guess you have to have some kind of power as your club and like not give away all your players even if they're not happy or not. Because you look at Chelsea's attackers and like for me, a lot of them are misused, and like I feel like if they go to other clubs, like their talents would actually flourish, like a Ziyech, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, and like.
You know what it is, guys, right? I mean, on yesterday's game, we could have done with a James Maddison, Pedro, CHO. We could have done with them. They could have made a difference yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Just have that fresh player, a stronger bench. Just it doesn't matter. We could have dominated. We can dominate more games, but we've been. You could probably say we've been screwed out of transfers as well as VAR decisions.
Not just Anderson coming on too, but like I feel like when he came on, like not having that inverted winger, it actually helped us because it's just putting left foot, be his man, put crosses in with his left foot. Like I know Eddie Howe loves his inverted wingers, but I feel like he almost likes it too much because it's easy for link-up play. But then there's times where like we can cross the ball with Almiron, but he doesn't want to use his right foot. He cuts it back, and it just it stops the whole attack.
Yeah.
Chelsea loaned Hudson-Odoi to Germany as he'll most likely shine there, getting more game time, which will boost up his transfer fee in the summer if they decide to sell.
It's like with
loan him an easier league.
It's like with Dubs' loan. There's an option to buy.
Would you have sold him, Daniel? Would you let him Man U? Would you let him go to Man U on loan? I don't think you would have done.
If I was in Eddie Howe's shoes, would you want an unhappy player in your squad, John?
Probably not. No, I'd get them out straight away, no matter who you are.
Nobody
bigger than that. Nobody bigger than Newcastle.
So hopefully, right, Eddie Howe had a choice. Either to keep Martin unhappy and playing him only in cup games, or let him go out on loan with the option that he can be recalled.
Yeah, he can be recalled in January.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Surely there would have been like foreign clubs in for Dubravka, and I feel like this is the best thing to avoid selling to rivals.
Oh, what's that coffee? Ivan Toney scored a hat-trick, did he?
He did.
This is the thing with selling. I think in the future when we gotta sell players is try to sell as much foreign leagues or lower down Because the last thing I agree with it. The last thing you want is to strengthen your rivals.
I think he should have gone to Leicester as soon as Schmeichel left.
Yeah, well, I can't see him getting any game time over De Gea. There's no way.
No, that's the one thing that pisses me off. He can't be bothered to fight for his place here. Yeah, he can go and sit on the bench over there.
Ten Hag must have told him something like he would get games, but like it's unique because it's like keepers. Like it's not like he's going there on loan as a center back, and you got to compete against like a few others. Like at goalkeepers, where you're competing against the main guy.
My only reason behind it is I reckon Dubs is just going to be a cup keeper over for them.
You see, it's like now, why doesn't Eddie Howe give Pope the number 1 shirt now?
Squad numbers would have already been decided anyway, so Dubs would have still had number 1.
You know what? Brighton beat Leicester, by the way, by 5 goals to 2.
5.
Really? Fucking hell.
And you know what it is, right? I mean, James Maddison should have put a transfer request in and said, I want to move to Newcastle. And James Maddison would have been in our project.
Yeah.
And Dini's playing center back. Wow. He's probably hating that.
I hope Eddie Howe didn't watch Match of the Day yesterday seeing Solanke score. You know what he's going to do in January. I think Eddie Howe was once interested in Solanke when he first came in.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, I saw that. I remember a lot of us like, nope.
Yeah, or you could go for John's favourite in Rhian Brewster.
Right, guys. Right. Do you remember at the start of this window when we was looking at Isak and the release clause was 90 million euros?
Yeah.
See, I'll hold my hands up. I was like, nope, he's too much money. But as time went on, I realized it's not my money. It's not my money. Like, it's the club's money. If they feel like they want to do it that way, then sure.
Yeah, look at Botman in
the way he's playing, we could easily just not even flip, but like we could probably sell him for the same value almost.
So
I think Isak's going to
any other club. I would have wished him well, but he didn't. So yeah, pretty much what I said. If he had gone to any other club, yeah, he would have got my blessing. But
Jason,
he's not getting nothing for that.
Jace, you should have heard Danielle slag him off.
She does. She does say I've talked her mind, and that's what we all want to hear. We want to hear everyone speak their mind. Leicester are a sinking ship. My favourites to be sacked were Lampard and Jesse Marsch, but to see Parker go after a 9-goal thriller and possibly Rodgers could be next, it's wondering how Lampard's staying in his job at the minute.
From Anonymous, I
totally agree with the midfield comments. Also, VAR have been shocking, obviously, to be honest. Their problem has been there for a while. It's the lack of end product from our midfield.
Anonymous, with that, if because we haven't got Bruno at the minute.
Bruno, Shelby, ASM.
We're short numbers in midfield. It's a good
thing. We let Hayden go on loan.
Yeah, I think we would have kept Isaac Hayden if we knew Shelby was injured way ahead.
It's a simple deal for Dubravka. Guaranteed more mins at Man United as second choice rather than second choice for us. Add Europa football and chance to win cups. Leicester look awful. Why would you join them?
Right,
I think at the time maybe he could have.
You see, I still think we should have gone in for Maddison and Barnes.
We should have done. I mean, the thing is, if you put a good deal for them, right? Leicester's trying to be greedy, right? They want 60 million for Maddison. We offer them 40, 45 million, right?
No. The offer was between 40 and 50 million. I think it
Right.
was.
If that's the case, then Leicester should have took that money because they know now they're not going to get that sort of money again because they're in big trouble, bottom of the table, right? They're going to be thinking, you know what, we should have took that money. I think Madison, right, must be thinking, you know what, or should I come to Newcastle? Better team, better prospects, playing with Bruno, Joe Linton, right, Kieran Trippier, and you have more of a better chance of playing for England.
Oh, we've got the players that play for England, but you know what England managers are like when it comes to Newcastle players. They don't like choosing them.
Agreed.
All right, I'm gonna take off now, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it now. We're going to have 2 hours. I think we played wank yesterday. You know, we've been truly robbed when Talksport, Gabby, Owen, Luke Edwards also agree we've been robbed. Yeah. A few assists from the midfield. We need to score goals, but I'm very happy with our midfield, though. Great players. We need to make our corners count.
Oh, yeah.
So cheers, guys, coming on.
Big up, big up.
Big up.
Big up, big up.
Yeah.
So we'll call it there. Cheers, John. Where can we find you?
Thanks, Matt. It's on John Sinclair TV. Thanks for having us on, by the way. Cheers and much appreciated. You can find us on Twitch. You can find us on YouTube, obviously. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Insta, John Sinclair 50, and you can also find us on social media on Twitter. Do live streams on live.
Cool. Cheers for coming on, John. Catch you later.
Catch you later. Take care.
Thanks, John.
Later.
Cheers, lad.
Ryan, where can we find you?
Yep. You could just find me on Twitter at Ryan Rayon. Yeah, just there. I'll give you a follow back and talk football anyway. Yeah.
You can find him. Wait, find him. You can find him in that way direction.
Is John doing the watch along for Man United v Arsenal? Don't know.
If that comment had come through before he left, you could have asked him.
All right, peace out.
Just coming on, Ryan. Catch you later.
That's right.
You can also find Dan at Only Plates and
Go away, Jason.
Rustler.co.uk. He's going to be the mascot. He's going to be running around St James's Park in a Rustler costume. So you can just put him in the microwave for 2 minutes and he'll be cooked ready for perfection. Well, where can we find you, Dan?
YouTube, Twitch, Twitter.
Well, we know
Facebook.
that. What's your bloody account names?
Daniel Crespin, NFC.
/Rustler. And that's where you find him. So yeah, cheers for coming on, Dan.
You're welcome, buddy. Anytime, mate.
Catch you later.
Later, buddy.
So there you go. That's the show for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Do leave a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below after the show's ended. You should be able to do that. You can also watch back and everything else. There's in the description. There's links to all the socials, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, and everything else. There's PayPal there as well if you want to donate to the channel. All funds go towards improving the channel's content. Green screen, so you don't have to see any of the background, and better equipment, better mics, cameras, and lighting. As you can see, I'm about to ascend in this bright light. But other than that, guys, take care. I will catch you Thursday for the preview to the next game, which is on it should be Friday because we're playing on Sunday. So every Thursday or Friday, I'll bring out the preview to the West Ham game. Unless anything crops up, then I'll be doing a video during the week sometime. But other than that, take care, and I will catch you in the next video. See you later.